Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd, as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do the Little Dots Will Do You. This is a crochet blanket by one of the designers at Yarnspirations, and this is Emily's design. So what we're going to do is work on this, and I'm going to show you how to make these squares. These are really quite simple and fabulous. So Emily has you all hooked up with colors. As you see, just pop, pop, pop right in the centers. Of course, those colors are subjective to you as well. Then on page number 2, fabulous page, she's provided us with the diagram that you see. There's only 4 rounds, and in the corners we have the popcorn that is popping out, which gives it the look. And when you start putting these together, it gives you a lattice-like look, and it's really quite fun. You're gonna whip stitch these together. There's tutorials already available here on YouTube for whip stitching your squares together. You're just gonna whip stitch them, put them all together, and then you're just gonna slam a really quick border around it, which is just 1 double crochet evenly worked around it, and then put 4 double crochets in each of the 4 corners of your Afghan. So today I'm gonna show you how to make this square. Once you get to see this, I think you're gonna be off to the races in no time. So without further ado, let's get started. We need a 5mm size H crochet hook in order to play. The yarn suggested by Emily is Peyton's Classic Wool Worsted, but I'm using Caron Simply Soft here on camera just as a full disclaimer to you. So let's get started. We're going to begin with the slip knot and just make that real quick, and we're going to chain a total of 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to do the beginning popcorn. So this already, the last one here is the very center of your square, and the other 3 are part of the beginning popcorn. So going from the last one, it's all the way down, okay, and you are going to just start doing a popcorn. So you're going to do 4 more double crochets, so right into that one. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So how to do popcorn, if you don't know what it is, you're going to pull up a loop, and then you're going to go in the very top of the turning chain that you started with right over here, and insert your hook in, and you're going to put that loop back onto the hook like you see, and then pull through, and look at that, pop, just goes pop. So now what I want you to do is that we're going to chain a total of 5. So do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now where the other one is already popping out at the base of it, you're going to put another popcorn. So to do the popcorns now from going forward, you're just gonna put 5 double crochets into that one. So 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then you're gonna make a pop. So just pull out the hook, keep the loop, go into the very first double crochet that you started with in the group of 5, going in, grab the loop and pull it through, and look at that, it just popped. So then do another chaining of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and going into the center of this one again, let's make it pop. So 5 double crochets again. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and you're making it pop. So drop that hook, or drop the loop, go into the first one, grab the loop, and then pull through. And now you can see now you have 3 pops. You got to do 1 more. So chain 5s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going into the center again. Just go right up over top of that beginning strand, and then you can get that stuck underneath, and then you don't have to worry about it later. So 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and let's make this pop. So drop the loop, go into the beginning one, grab the loop, pull through, and now to finish this off, you can see you have 4 pops going on. So to finish off, you're gonna chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just slip stitch to the beginning pop that you have. So just slip stitch it right where the other one is, right in the top, and just slip it and then get rid of this color. So let's fasten off this color, and let's do this from this point. To review fastening off, just keep an extra long yarn tail, and then just pull that strand through. So just loop it and pull through and lock it, and then using the hook, just weave it in and out of the chain. Just try to do the whole chain, all 5 of them. And by doing this, you're gonna have to go into this stitch or like this chain anyway in the future. So by putting it here, it pretty much will be stuck permanently. Okay, so once you get that done, then just pull it out. And if you did not cover over top of the starting strand like I had, then you're gonna have to weave that in as well. And then once you're satisfied with that, you could just turn it over to the back side and then cut that out too. And we're gonna move on to the next round, which is round number 2. So let's begin round number 2. So I'm gonna create a slip knot first, and I'm gonna go to a top of any one of the popcorns to begin. So we're just going to go right into the top, grab the yarn, the slip knot, pull it through and keep it on the hook. And now I want you to chain a total of 3. So 1, 2, 3, and this is your first double crochet. Put down the yarn strand on top of the line so that it gets stuck underneath, and I want you to double crochet twice. So 1, just right around the whole chain, and there's now 2 double crochets there. So now we're gonna put a pop next, and what we're going to do before we do that is chain 2. So we're making space for the pop, and then we're coming back into that space again, and we're gonna do 5 double crochets. So let's count this out together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there is your grouping of 5. So release that, go to the beginning one of the group of 5, grab the loop, pull through, and now that just popped. So now you're gonna chain 2. So 1 and 2, and that locks that pop into position. So I can move that straggler into the back here. I'm just gonna let it go, and I've already chained my 2. So now I'm going to come into the same space that I'm currently working in. So just move it. See how I just moved that? Just move it, and you're going to double crochet 2 more times. So 1 and 2. So each chain 5 spaces starts off with 2 double crochets, then it does chain 2, you puff, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets. So now at top of the puff we're going to double crochet in, and then we're gonna move on to the next chain 5 space on the other side of the puff. So let's do that. So to begin the next chain 5 space, you're going to put in 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2, and then you're gonna follow it up. Make sure I get that second one in there. You're gonna follow it up then with a chain 2. So 1 and 2, and then you're going to do a puff into that same space. So 5 double crochets then to make the puff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop the loop, go into the beginning one of the group of 5, grab the loop, pull it through, and now chain 2, 1 and 2, and in the same space, if you don't have any space left, just move it and then double crochet 2 more times in there before moving on. Okay, so now at the top of the puff you're going to put 1 double crochet and then jump into the next chain 5 space. So 2 double crochets, so 1 and 2, followed by chain 2, and then a puff. So it's a popcorn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop the loop, go into the beginning one, pull it through, and there's your popcorn. Then chain 2 and 2 more double crochets into that same space. So there's a lot going on in these corners, which is awesome. And then you move to the next top of the next popcorn. So okay, so this is your last one. You can see you're coming all the way around. So then 2 double crochets, chain 2, and now popcorn. So there's 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop it, go to the beginning one of the group of 5, pull it through, chain 2, and then in this last section just 2 double crochets and you're done. So just slip stitch it to the top of the first chain 3 that you started with. So that's all you need to do for round number 2. We have 2 more rounds to do. You can see the popcorn is gonna be jumping out eventually as we get moving on too. So let's continue on to round number 3. So round number 3 we're gonna immediately start up when chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and now there's gonna be 4 double crochets in a row. So the next 2 are in double crochets itself. So 1 and 2, and then the final 2 are going to be in the chain 2 space. So 1 and 2. And like before, remember how we chained 2 before doing the popcorn? We have to do that again. So 1, 2, go in the top of the popcorn, and you're going to popcorn again. So there's gonna be 5 double crochets. It might be a little tight to get it in there, but once you start establishing it, it'll open up. So we have 1, 2, we have 3, 4, and 5. Okay, drop it, go into the beginning one, pull the loop through, and remember to chain 2. So 1 and 2, and then into the same space you're going to put in 2 double crochets, just like you did before when you started, before you did the popcorn, and then you're going to double crochet yourself all the way across to the next space. So you can either count it, but I wouldn't. Why would you? If you're already comfortable in your pattern, you can count it. If you're not, then count. It's up to you. It's something that I'm pretty consistent about. So you're going into all the double crochets, and here's the next chain 2 space. So you're gonna put in 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, then chain 2, and then popcorn in the top of the other popcorn that's there. So it's 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop the loop, go to the first one, pick up the loop, pull through, chain 2, kind of locks it, and then in the same space you're gonna put 2 double crochets. So I want you to continue all the way around. This is round number 3, and just double crochet in each one of the double crochets, chain 2 space, you're gonna put 2, and then you'll put chain 2, put your popcorn on top of the popcorn, and etc. So please do that all the way for the remaining of this round, and then we'll carry on to round number 4, the final round. So now coming out all the way around, I'm just doing the final 2 double crochets in, and then I run into the chain 3. So just slip stitch it to the beginning of the top of the chain 3, and there you go. So you can see the popping is now starting to happen, and we got one more round to go. So you're gonna chain up 3 and just work the double crochets as you see them, and the corners are gonna be identical. So just 1 double crochet in each until you get to a corner space, which is the chain 2. Okay, so here's the chain 2. So follow it up and put 2 more double crochets into that chain 2 first, and then chain 2, and then a popcorn on top of the other popcorn. So just move it forward so you can see it. So it's 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop the loop, go to the beginning, pull it through, chain 2, and then in the same space on the other side is that you're going to put in 2 double crochets. So lots going on in there. So just double crochet across, and then in the chain 2 space 2 more double crochets, chain 2, popcorn in the top of the popcorn, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets, and then keep moving yourself all the way around. This is the final round of this particular square. So let me get you to the end of the round and quickly review. So now coming up all the way around, and I'm just slamming in my double crochets as I go. No big deal, everything's life is good, and I got no complaints going on here. Once you get all the way around, you're just gonna slip stitch then to the top of the first one, and then that's it. So there is what your square will look like, and then you're just gonna whip stitch it. We have tutorials available here on YouTube on how to whip stitch. So if you use the back loop when you're doing the whip stitch, you can actually do an invisible join if you want to with your other squares. So you'll notice that the very middle of the popcorns when we did it are turned in like a cross, and then the rest are going up on an angle. So it's actually kind of a neat idea. So you got to play with that. You get to play with the different colors, and it's really quite fun. So get rid of all your tail ends, and then just put this together. So once you have it all together, then you're just going to just do one quick border. So you'll have all of them together. Emily has the different kinds of squares, the colors are listed, and then once you have it all done, then you're just gonna put a double crochet border around, and in the the very edge of it, you're just going to put in a total of 4 double crochets right into the very edge corners, and there's only 4 corners of course because it is a rectangular afghan. So it's a really neat idea. I think it's quite fun and fabulous. The other side is flat, where the front side is the nice bobble or popcorns that you see. So until next time, have a great day. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.